Thank you, Danielle. And it's time for the headliner presented by Miller Lite. And our guest is Tigers catcher, sometimes pitcher. Who knows with the way the injuries are going. Jake Rogers joins us. Jake, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate your time.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I just want to get an overview from your perspective, because I'm sure it's going to be a unique perspective. How would you characterize this season for the Tigers and for you personally? Because it seems like a very bizarre year.
Yeah, it's been crazy, man. We've kind of been hit a little bit with the injury bug, and guys are kind of going down a little bit. But the guys' morale is still up. Guys are still having fun out here and having fun playing this beautiful game we all love, and they're making the most of it for sure.
I don't know if it was a quote attributed to you or somebody was talking to you that said Jake Rogers at 26 years old is still a very, very young man. And I mean, I have shirts older than 26. This might be one of them. But with that said, they said that Jake said it's now or never almost, that you knew when I get my chance at the big leagues, I got to make the most of it. Is that exactly how you do feel approaching this year?
Yeah, I do. I mean, it's always like that. When you come up here, you want to make a difference. You want to stick, and you want to help the team win in any way. So, I knew getting called back up, it was my opportunity to show what I could do and hopefully stay up here and help this club win.
How much have you and Eric Haas, because you have kind of similar roads and similar paths, how have you been able to rely on each other? I would bet you guys have to be pretty tight, even though you're in competition with one another.
Yeah. I mean, me and Hossie get along so well. We're always kind of joking around and messing around, and we're big movie quoters, so we're always kind of quoting movies and all sorts of stuff. So, we always have fun. We have a good time. We spent a lot of time together, played against him a lot, and spent a lot of time with him at the alternate site last year. And so me and Hossie, we've been through it together, and it's kind of a cool thing, But we get along really well, and we always have fun.
Is there one particular movie that you find yourself quoting more than others?
We always go for the Will Ferrell movies. Last night after the win, we were quoting Dodgeball. We're big comedy movie guys, so we're always kind of quoting. It just kind of depends on the situation. Haas is better at it than me. He'll throw out a quote, just talking, and then I'll get it, and then we'll start going back and forth. But it's fun.
Do you have a favorite quote that you say that you can recall right now? I mean, I hate to put you on the spot.
No. I mean, like I said, it kind of depends on the situation. Different quotes come out, different movies come out, and then, sometimes he'll stump me and he'll say a quote, and I'll be like, "What movie is that from?" And then I'll be like, "Oh, okay," and then we'll go back and forth. So it's always good banter.
You talked about your relationship with Haas being so good. You and AJ seem to have this real unique relationship. Is that just the catcher thing going on, the mindset of a catcher, that you two are, really seem to be in sync?
Yeah, we have a good relationship. He gets on me sometimes, and he's yelled at me a few times, but it's nothing that's never happened before. I know he means well. I know he wants the best for us and for the team. So, when he yells, I listen, and I always kind of ask him situations during the dugout. He's an ex-catcher. He's been through what I've been through. Which is kind of it's always cool. So it's always nice to have that friendly back and forth, and if he needs to yell at me, he knows I'll take it well, and we'll talk about it the next day. He'll sit me down and we'll go through it. So it's always good to have, and our relationship has been good so far, and hopefully we can keep building on it and help me learn.
Being a catcher, and I know you call a great game, and defensively, I tell everybody, I think Jake Rogers could be flat on his back and throw a runner out at second who has a head start. That defensive prowess that you have, because I knew when the Tigers traded for you, everybody knew that you were a major league catcher, much like Derek Hill's a center fielder, major league center fielder. Where does that come from? I mean, have you always had the arm? Was that the position you always gravitated to?
Like everybody growing up, I was a shortstop. I played kind of everywhere growing up. I caught a little bit young, like young, 5, 6, 7, 8, kind of just starting up. But, It kind of stuck when I was 12, 13. I was pretty good back there. I was athletic. I could handle everybody and all the pitches and stuff like that. So it kind of stuck towards then. When I was in high school, I was always pretty quick with the transfers. Being fairly accurate to second base, and I didn't really have the arm strength until I got in college. And I had a coach tell me one day, he's like, "Man, I was a freshman. I just got into school, and we had practice one day. He's like, "Man, you ever try throwing hard?" Because I would always warm up loose and throw a couple, and that was it. He's like, "Well, you got to throw hard in order to throw harder." So I started really long tossing and taking it seriously. I've always kind of done bands and stuff to kind of get a good arm, and take care of it. And it just kind of blossomed, and maturity and everything kind of fell into place, and arm came what it is today.
Well, it is a pleasure to watch you call a game too. I mean, how important is that? I know that obviously you have a close relationship with the starters. Some of them you've played with for a number of years in the minor leagues. But do you have to have a different relationship with a starter than as opposed to a bullpen guy, or are pitchers just pitchers?
They're all different. They all have their own little personalities. They all kind of just they're all different, and then going out to talk to guys in the mound, whether it's a starter or a reliever, whether it's Casey or Boyd or Scoob, they're all different. I'm kind of the same, personality wise when I go out there, but I might say something different to each guy. So me calling the game, that's the most important. Obviously I take pride in keeping the score low and calling good pitches, and hopefully letting that pitcher up there trust me and being comfortable.
Obviously Casey Mize and Tarek Skubal are young pitchers, but they seem to, starting to begin to find their groove. How fulfilling is that for you? Because obviously these are guys that you're pretty tight with.
Yeah. I want to see all the guys succeed. That's the one thing. I want to see everybody up here, go out and play their best and succeed. That's what makes this game beautiful. And I want to help the team win. I know when those guys are going good, we're going good. They're giving us a chance to win, and then they're putting trust in our bats to score some runs. So yeah, it makes me feel really good that they're doing well, and I hope they can keep going, and I can help them anyway.
I have to ask you about the mustache, and I look at it, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but Detroit did have a National League team. The Detroit Wolverines, some say they were called the Creams, whatever that was, but from 1881 to 1887, they won the National League, or the pre-World Series. So they were a legitimate baseball team. With that mustache, and hear me out on this, I think what it would really be good is, instead you got to find one of those 1880 ball caps that they used to wear, not kind of the skull caps that you guys wear, those round ones, I don't know, with a D on it, and the bill was a little straighter, and you should take an old tin type photograph. That's what I guess they used to be on tin, very old, like in 1880, and you can tell people that your great grandfather, Jake Rogers the First, played for the Detroit Wolverines, and I bet you people would buy that story. That's how classic you're.
I know. I'm all in for it. We set it up. I'll get it done.
No, seriously, that old-fashioned cap. I mean, you're kind of a throwback anyway. You're kind of loose, but you're serious. I think you've got a really great personality. I really think you should do that. Detroit Wolverines. We got to find a ball cap that they used to wear if they're around. We'll go to the Detroit Historical Museum. We got to get a tin-type photograph. Tell everyone that's your great grandfather. I think I figured it out. That would be 3 generations ago. Yeah. So that would be your great grandfather.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. I'm in. I'm all in.
All right, good. I'm glad you are. And finally, this season, everything that's happening, everything that's going on, Tigers are fun to watch. They really are. I mean, there's been some blowouts, but that happens in professional sport.
Right.
What would you like to see? How would you like to see this season kind of play itself out?
Yeah, I mean, obviously keep winning. That's what we strive to do every day. We come to the park. We want to win, and guys, pitchers have been making the most of their opportunities and going out there and throwing well, and that's what I want to see, and I'm sure everybody wants to see. And if they're doing well, the hitters are a little bit more relaxed, and they don't have to, they can go up there and trust themselves and kind of do what they've been prepared for, all day, all year, and their whole lives, And if pitchers are going well, hitters are going to follow right in suit, and we'll win some ball games.
All right, Jake Rogers, unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Really appreciate it. Look forward to watching you play for the Tigers for many, many years. And whether your great-great-great-great-grandfather played for the Detroit Wolverines or not, I know they all have to be very, very proud of what you're accomplishing here at the Major League level. Thanks for joining us on the Headliner today.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Headliner presented by Miller Lite. It is the original light beer. It's only 90 calories, tastes great, and it is available for delivery. Daniela, back to you.